Alright, y'all, there's gonna be a bunch of talking in this video right at the first. Tells all kind of about my history, where I started, where I'm going, telling a lot of stuff. So if you're not interested in that and you only want to see me working on stuff, I'm gonna put in the description below, I'm gonna put chapters to where you know where to skip to get past all the talking and see me working on stuff. If you don't care about it, then just enjoy the video, and thanks for watching. Welcome back. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the wonderful world that is Trailer Trash Racing. As you probably saw in the thumbnail, we are closing up shop, sort of. I posted, what is that, Tuesday? Yesterday I posted the first video of 2025, and I've been off of YouTube for a little while, not posting, no videos going on, not really doing much, and so that video is doing about like you would expect it to be doing. Not terrific. So today we're just gonna be running around doing some stuff. I've got an O2 sensor coming in for my dad's Tahoe. I'm going to change the O2 sensor so I can fix his check engine light for him. I'm going to try to look on there and see if I can locate where his oil leak is coming from on that, also on that same truck. And I'm also going to be going and loading up a bunch of stuff to get it taken over to storage, because I'm getting ready to go out of town to work again. I'm actually going to be out of state. So that's kind of a lot we need to talk about, and we can just dive in right now, and I guess we'll talk about it. We'll go from there. So my social media, going way back, my social media history, my part in the game has always just kind of been a passive player. I loosely participated. I would record stuff that I thought was funny and post it. Never really putting too much interest into actually trying to do this for a living until I would say maybe 4 years ago is when I really started kind of doing it more. I started with TikTok around the time COVID was going on. I was doing it all mostly on TikTok, wasn't really doing much YouTube stuff. I had posted a few videos here and there on YouTube, but they never really took off. So I started posting on TikTok. Well, around that time, a little while before that, my dad had a heart attack. He almost died. So my little brother sold his house and bought another house that was kind of a fixer-upper and gave it to my dad and my mom. I asked them if I could document it on my TikTok. They said yes, and that video blew up, and that was able to help me monetize my first TikTok account. I didn't make much money. I made less than $1,000 on that TikTok account. Got into some debates with people around like politics, and that account wound up getting banned for a few community guidelines violations. Fast forward, I started another TikTok account. That one was growing, doing all right, kind of along the same lines. We had a house that was involved. My buddy bought a house and he was gonna start fixing it up, and when he started working on it, he noticed that every time he would go over to the house, there would be new things in the house, and nobody was tearing anything up, but they were just bringing stuff and leaving it, like a little bit of furniture. There was a dolly, and so kind of documenting that. I asked him same thing if I could document it on my TikTok account. I did. That video series blew up, and I was able to monetize my second TikTok account. Kind of fell off of that account. I stopped at about, I was at I think 54,000 followers at my highest, and now I'm at like 53 something, 53.5 or something like that. Made a little bit of money, made about I don't know, $1,100. Throughout the years I've always been into cars, so I'd built a few cars. I LS swapped. As far as my understanding, I was the first person ever to LS swap the 99 to 03 F-150. That body style F-150. videos on my YouTube about it. A couple guys had started them but never finished them. I built it, had a few street races against like my dad's truck and just other little things around the town. Did a bunch of burnouts in it. It was a pretty cool truck. I LS swapped a Cadillac Hearse. Did a LS swap on a G-Body El Camino. Built a few cars throughout the days. I was working as a scaffold builder in nuclear power plants all over the country. I've worked about 8 different plants all over the country, and I've done it all from a scaffold helper all the way up to a scaffold foreman. Never went any further than a foreman. And yeah, I would work seasonally. I'd work springs and falls. I'd be off summers and winters. Made a pretty good living. Liked doing it. Gave me a lot of off time to do the other things that I wanted to do. I also, throughout the years, had done a little bit of racing, a little bit of dirt track racing, a little bit of drag racing in my way younger years. Nothing ever fast, just like in whatever car I was driving at the time. I had a Taurus show that I would race a little bit, just like bracket stuff. And then I started Trailer Park Patrol, was kind of my namesake. I was gonna start putting that on everything. I had a graphic made of a badge with a trailer house on it, and it said Trailer Park Patrol, and all of my cars that I would build for these little like dirt track races would be police car themed. Like I had state trooper cars that I'd made some like sheriff cars, different stuff like that. Through the years, did some racing, had some fun, and then I changed the name to Trailer Trash Racing, kind of as play because I grew up really poor. We lived in trailer parks and stuff. I've always said we were trailer trash. And then also to play on like trailer queens, cars that are like trailer queens. You know, people trailer their show cars everywhere because they're so nice they don't want to drive them, you know. Well, I trailer my stuff because it's trash and it's probably not going to make it wherever I'm going, so I trailered everything. So Trailer Trash Racing, whatever, that's where the name came from, and that kind of stuck. That's where I got my first like really good logo made by a buddy of mine, Nate Simpson, and kind of started building the name on that. And so, like I said, did the TikTok thing, kind of got off TikTok, and then this last April, I got out of what I was doing and I moved to Kansas to work for a company that a friend of mine worked at as a service tech for a extrusion company. We built and maintained and repaired extrusion equipment for like pet food plants and stuff. So we built extruders, dryers, coaters, like pretty much you name it in a pet food industry, we either make it or work on it. I'm sure we had our own equipment and we worked on other people's equipment too. That job, I was there for 7 months. I was at home because I moved to Kansas a lot more, but I was away from my family significantly more. When I first took the job, there was some discussion on whether I could come up there for some months and get trained and then live remotely back, you know, wherever I wanted to live, and travel out from there to work. So around the 7-month mark, I really started pursuing that, and I talked to my bosses. They were getting ready to go on a merger and go through a merger with another bigger company that was going to buy them out. It didn't work out. You know, I'm not mad at them about it. I was making less money than what I was making originally as a scaffold builder and scaffold foreman. But I wanted to give something else a little more permanent a try, so I'd have retirement stuff. And I did have pretty decent benefits, different stuff, but I was away from my family significantly more. I just had a baby, and so that didn't work out. But in April of 24, I moved to Kansas, close to a really good friend of mine, brother of mine, whatever you want to call him, Lester. You've seen him in the videos, great guy, one of my best friends. And we started doing the YouTube thing. We really started hitting it pretty hard. He built, and then I built a couple cars for LS Fest. I helped him kind of get into the LS swap game, and we just worked together. I learned a bunch of stuff from him. Hopefully he learned some stuff from me, and we really started hitting it. And I made partner a few months ago. So we moved back to Texas. After that job didn't work out, we moved back to Texas, and I'm getting back into the traveling scaffold builder job, which requires me to be away from home for a few months at a time. And this is not like a long-term thing, but I am leaving this Saturday, February 8th, to drive to Arizona. So now we've got through all the history, where I've been, where I'm going, what I've done, kind of my history in the car scene and things that I've done, social media. I'm not a great social media guy. I always forget to record. When I get started working on something, I'm just ready to like get on it and get it done as quick as I can. I forget to record. I don't record good. I don't know a lot about editing. I'm not a huge audio guy. Like, I just really don't know how to do this that good. I've just been kind of winging it, and y'all have been really good to me. Y'all have given me some good advice. There've been a few haters talking mess on here and kind of, you know, giving me a hard time about some stuff. It is what it is. I know it comes with the territory. I'm trying to keep this fairly family friendly because I'm out here doing this stuff with my daughters and like trying to grow something for them to eventually take over and have. That being said, we call ourselves Trailer Trash Racing, and I haven't done any racing in a couple of years now. Like, I haven't done any. I've wanted a drag car for a long time. And I just always kind of halfway build stuff. And I've seen y'all say that, and that kind of goes along with the Trailer Trash thing. You know, I've got my van. I got it to the point that it's at now, and I've never touched it again. I got the service truck, drove it for that road trip, never touched it again. I got that 42 Chevy, and I dove right in and started doing the big pieces of the work to it. And then now I'm out of money, couldn't touch it again. So I'm wiping all that. I'm keeping the van. Everything else is for sale. So I'm gonna try to sell the service truck. I'm gonna try to sell the 42 Chevy. The only thing I'm keeping is I've got a Turbo 400 somewhere in here in the shop that I got from Philip. He's keeping an eye on me. He's keeping an eye on that for me. He's been the one that let me use the shop here. Great guy. You've probably seen him in a couple videos. We do a lot of wheeling and dealing with each other. I got a 400 for him whenever I made that trade deal, and I'm gonna keep that. I'm gonna keep my 6-liter that I rebuilt, and I'm gonna keep the van, and everything else is for sale. And by the summer, I'm just gonna go ahead and say it, by the summer, I'm going to have a drag car. So that may be slow. These videos might be slow getting there, but that's like, I got a couple goals this year. One is to own a piece of land. The other is to have a drag car. It's gonna be hard to do both. And then the other is to learn how to tune. I wanna learn how to actually tune where I'm not just like on video, I can do a stock tune for something. I can do an LS swap on a stock car, on a stock engine, and I can get it running and driving. Whether it's on like a normal tune or speed density, whatever, I can get a stock-ish motor running and driving. But I wanna learn how to tune. I wanna learn how to cam tune. I wanna learn how to turbo tune. I wanna learn how to do all of that stuff. So with that being said, that is the huge announcements. That's what I mean by closing up shop. It's gonna be a few months until I'm back in the shop regularly. This is gonna kind of turn into like a vlog style channel, but we're still gonna focus on like automotive stuff. I'm gonna be in Arizona, and for the first little while I'm there, I'm gonna have a lot of time off. I'm gonna be working 4, maybe 5 days a week, and I'll have the whole weekends to do stuff. The first weekend that I'm there, there's a Gambler 500 event there that I'm gonna attend. I'm gonna find car shows. LS Fest is in April in Vegas. I'm gonna try to go there and get some video, but I'm gonna still be around the scene. I'm just not gonna be able to be working on my own stuff very well. But that's our closing up shop. We're not closing up for good. We're just kind of closing up and switching up things that we're, the way that we're doing things. I was trying to pump videos out as fast as I could and get as much updates out as I could, as many updates as I could out. And it wasn't working out. Plus I'm a fat boy. I'm out of breath right now. So I'm gonna try to do that too, try to lose some weight, just get myself in a better position to do the things that I wanna do long term. And I think racing and drag racing, I watch the Sick Week events, and that's what I wanna do is drag and drives. So I've got my eyes on a Fox body that I wanna buy, but I'm not locked in on that, and that's where we're gonna go. As far as now, that's the big update, that's the big announcement. Now we're about to get started getting all my stuff loaded up and getting it all out of here so that I can get it taken to storage and get ready to be out of town for 3 months. Enjoy. So essentially we're just getting all of my stuff. I got my toolbox here. I've got all of this stuff here turbo. That's the stuff for the 42, brake line, tools, compressors, that keg, that billet Allen wrenches is mine. Now, like, I don't have a ton of stuff. I also need to get my motor. I don't know where it is at this very moment, but I got my 6.0 wrapped up and sitting somewhere. I need to get it and I'll load it too. My motor's right over there. Now I just gotta pick that up with that right there. I'm not gonna do it by hand. We got that. That was the biggest thing. I'm just gonna kind of work on getting the rest of this stuff loaded. Batteries are dying. I gotta go charge some batteries and get started on my dad's Tahoe. We'll check back in a little bit. We got our O2 sensor. Here's the culprit we gotta work on. Listen, this is an Amazon package. Don't even get me started on freaking parts store prices, all right? And also, I need to share with you a little karma I got dealt today. So you saw me load the toolbox. Well, the other day I loaded my compressor, same spot. Had one strap on it. It was a little wobbly, but I was like, you know, it'll probably be fine. Had Heaven following me. Long story short, the compressor fell over and dented the side of my truck on the other side. And I'm all, Heaven, dude, you gotta be careful. You're hitting every freaking hole. Drive careful, drive slow, go easy. You're hitting every hole. Why'd you make this fall over? Blah, blah, blah. Well, I was on my way over here just now, driving easy. The stupid toolbox fell over. So I didn't have a strap on it, as you saw in the video. So now I got to deal with that. So I'm going to turn the Tahoe around. And then I'm going to deal with that. And then I'm going to get started fixing this because I got to pull the front shaft and stuff. Also, something else I'm going to maybe do this video. The air conditioner only blows out of the defrost in this truck. I've already changed that blend door once before, but I used the Amazon part, which we're about to experience again. And I guess it went bad again. I guess the blend door went bad again. So I got to change that motor again. I got to do this quickly so it doesn't get too hot before I work on the exhaust of this. Time. It's probably still hot. Now I gotta deal with fixing my stupid toolbox. Make it Heaven to come help me because she likes doing stuff like that. Sure. I laid it there. Sirens. Heaven, I'm not looking forward to this.
Yep.
Think this will set like this?
Maybe.
Dang, look how fast that guy's going. The residential street. Like 60 miles an hour. Good old Cleveland. Heaven, this is not good. This is not good at all.
How'd you load it up in here by yourself?
Take a guess.
With the forklift?
The forklift. Dude, you're gonna have to get up in there.
Why?
Because that's bending when I try to lift it like that. I have to have to do it on the side, same as you. Put your foot, just lift it. Can you hold this too while we lift? Evan, you didn't really help lift that up.
Yes, I did.
Stop it.
Not good. Not good. Now I gotta get a new toolbox.
Oh, shit.
Darn. Maybe that's it. Maybe like a bunch of it just loosened up. That's how it kind of feels. Kind of feels like maybe it just loosened up. It's a pretty cheap toolbox. Oh, how many O2 sensors y'all have had to deal with and working on Chevys like this? Had to do quite a few. Doing LS swaps and stuff, always looking for the right O2 sensors. I always end up with the ones with the flat plug if I need the square plug, and then I end up with the square plug if I need the flat plug. Super stupid, I don't know why. So I went to O'Reilly's. I didn't. My dad went to O'Reilly's, told him what he was working on. Tahoe 4x4, told him he needed the left upstream O2 sensor. So they sent him one. So he's gone to work. I was gonna change it this week before I get ready to head out of town. Nope, sure enough, got the flat one. Well, the Bosch that he had with the flat plug was $29. I was like, oh, not bad. I went back up there to change it. I said, hey, I need the one with the square plug. It's the left upstream. I need the one with the square plug. And they're like, oh, that truck must have been made in Canada because that's showing that's the Canada part. $69 for the other one. So I was like, tell you what, just give me my money back. I'm gonna go order one online. So I did. Ordered one online. This one was $20. The Bosch one was $29, but the one that I needed, of course, was $65. So got the Amazon one. I'm about to get started taking this bad boy off, putting the new one on. So, the O2 sensor in question, it's this bad boy right here. It unplugs way up in there, which means we've got to pull this bad boy right here off, which is kind of annoying, but we got to do it. He's also got a pretty bad oil leak going on under here. You can see it's all over the side of the block. It's all over his filter, all over the bottom of that, all over his oil pan, all over the transmission. It's pretty humid today, so you could say it's kind of milkshaked up. But yesterday or the day before when I was under here looking at this, it was all good oil like this. I'm gonna try to figure out where that's coming from too. Kind of got a feeling it's coming from up there on the valve cover and running down the side. We don't know, we'll look at it. But first I'm gonna need an 11mm for these. We're 7/16, and then I'll need my 7/8 for that O2 sensor, and I'll need a pry bar to unplug it up here. If I could get a pry bar in and pop that sucker out of where it's at, I might not need to take this off. So I'm gonna try that at first. We'll see. So the problem is not that it's plugged in and I can't reach it. The problem is this little sucker right here. That little tab thing right there. It shoves through a hole and it holds the harness and everything up there to keep it off the exhaust. So if I can pop that out, I think I'll have enough slack that I can unplug it and plug the new one in. We'll see. That's what I'm gonna try to do. So I need a 7/8, need my pry bar, and I need probably a little flathead. All right, so I know it looks like it's flashing because this is an LED flashlight, but you can see right up there. I don't know if you can see that or not. This is ridiculous. Well, something broke loose. So I can get this down. My goodness. What a crappy spot. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, baby. Got it. All right, 7/8. All right, there is not much room right here. Knew that was gonna happen. Did it anyways. I say that's courage or stupidity, one of the two. Not much room. Not much room. I got the new one. Take this little cover off. Should probably put some anti-seize on these threads. Wouldn't hurt. I don't have any, so I'm not gonna. Got it in. Get it tight. Hopefully you can see this. This puppy plugged in. Get the little safety stuck back in it. And then stick that bad boy back up there where it goes. Now, after further inspection, even with that not clipped in where it goes, it can't fall and touch anything like the exhaust. So I'm not gonna worry about that. And that's it. There's a couple different things that could go wrong on your O2 sensors. There's a circuit on them that heat them up, the O2 sensor heater. Sometimes that'll go bad and it'll give you chicken engine light. Sometimes the sensor will just go bad and it'll start reading wrong, which makes your engine think there's something wrong with it. It's kind of hit or miss which one happens. Seems like I've probably had more trouble with the heater circuits going bad, but I've had both. Also, sometimes the check engine light will just go off. Sometimes you'll have to clear it. Let's see what happens. Looks like this one's staying on, so we're gonna have to clear it. This is just a check engine code OBD2 scanner tool. It plugs into your OBD2 plug right here, usually under your dash. It'll light up. Turn on the key. This one's just a little cheap one from Walmart, so that screen messes up like that a lot. Can't see it really good. but it says heater sensor, oh, whatever. So we're just gonna go to erase codes. Erase codes. Turn the key off. Unplug that bad boy, start it back up. As you can see, check engine light's gone. Now he'll just have to drive it and see if it comes back. He was having an issue with this thing where it was kind of shuddering, like it was breaking up. And when it was doing that, it was running really bad. And so I'm kind of leaning towards it being a torque converter shudder. And I don't know why it would run bad. He thinks it's he wants to try the O2 sensor and stuff since he had code for it. Could be that also. And yeah, we'll see what happens. As for now, it's off. So we can move on to the next project. So got under the hood here on the Tahoe. And yeah, as you can see, it's really dirty back here. If you just run your finger. Pretty sure that's where the oil leak's coming from. So he'll have to get him a set of valve cover gaskets and get them put on here. This thing's kind of got high miles. So I floated the idea to him one time of just getting a 5.3 and freshening it up. Get new gaskets and stuff put in it. Get it freshened up. And then just pull that motor one weekend and throw the new one in it. That way he's got a spare. He's got his that's clean in the truck, and then he's got his that came out of the truck as a spare for if he ever needs it, or if he decides to LS swap something. So more to come on that. Who knows? That's all we're doing to it this time. And Heaven is picking up all the hardware that was in the bolt bucket. And I picked up. We're about to get all this stuff cleaned up and resituated. Changing my blend door, get my AC working, because I'm going to Arizona. My AC cools off enough for here since it was like winter and springtime, but I need it blown out of the face when I get to Arizona. So here's the parts. I thought I'd changed this before. I've bought this part before when I was having trouble, but it started working again. That's a Ford Motor Company part, and I definitely didn't buy one of those. So somewhere I have a spare one of these floating around. I just went ahead and bought a Murray. It's not a FOMO-Co, but it'll do. It was only 25 bucks. It's in a pretty pain in the butt spot. You can see my fuel on my throttle pedal. It goes right there. You can see up in that area right there where it goes. Another thing that's alarming me, not really alarming me, but I don't know if it's going to be cause for concern, is when you lay these parts out the same way, you can see there's a missing tooth where the arrow is pointing. Shows where it should be pointing. Has two arrows. This side, it's not pointing where that one's pointing, but it's pointing where the arrow is pointing. So I don't know. I'm going to try to get it put back in there. There's no way I'm going to be able to get my arm up there while I'm working. I can barely fit anything in there to even work. So I'm going to get this put on and then we'll see if it worked. All right, so that was indeed a problem. I plugged it in and it turned, but it's still not facing the same way this one is. So I'm going to try turning this on and pressing defrost. You can see it turning. All right, now it's turning and facing a lot closer to where it should be. So I'm gonna turn the key off and I'm gonna see if it'll go in now. Like I said, can't get my hand up there. I just want to show y'all that it did in fact matter that those weren't facing the right way. So I'm not a total idiot about this. I am about a lot of stuff, just not this. Boy, what a fight that was. but I think I got it. So you turn the AC wide open. You can already tell it's blowing out of there. Blowing out of there. Hit the defrost and turn the face off. It's switching. You can see it's blowing out of up there. Come back to the face and blowing there. That hasn't worked right in quite a while. Been pretty good little bit. So if you got a 15 or 16 or 14, I guess it's 13 to maybe 13 to 20 years F-150, you need to do that. It's only 2 screws, star bits, T15, and I was able to get this up in there to do it. Just made it a little bit easier, but it's a son of a gun to reach up in there and also hold a lot up in there. So we got that done. Now to move on to the next thing. Now I can get Chelsea just went and picked me up a tool bag, so I'm gonna get my toolkit, everything that I want to take with me up there, because you never know, I might back car while I'm there. So I'm gonna get a little tool set put together to take up there, wrenches, so a few sockets, my ratchets, all that kind of stuff. And then after that, we can get all the stuff taken to storage, everything I'm not gonna take, and get that all buttoned down and finished up, so I can just spend the next couple days relaxing, spending time with the family before I'm gonna be gone for a little while. All right, fellas, this is always like a pain to me when I'm getting ready to go on a trip or something, because I want to take tools, but I don't ever know what to take. So it's always like nerve-wracking on what I'm gonna take. But got a Harbor Freight bag here. I'll show you kind of what I'm starting with. I'm taking my hand ratchet, a few extensions, a wobble. I'm taking some socket Allens and stars. I'm gonna take my set of metric and my set of standard combo wrenches. Gotta have wrenches. And then I'm also taking my 3 adjustable wrenches. Everybody calls them Crescent wrenches. That's what I usually call them, but they're not Crescent brand. I'm gonna take a pry bar. I'm gonna take a little smaller pry bar. I'm gonna take 2 Phillips screwdrivers and a flathead screwdriver. Probably should have put those wrenches in first. Put those under. I'll save these and put those in last because they're the biggest. I'm taking a pair of channel locks, I'm taking a pair of pliers, and I'm taking a pair of side cutters. Oh, I don't know if you can see that. Pliers, channel lock, side cutters, a couple of rolls of electrical tape just in case, hammer just in case, taking metric and standard, those are standards, deep 1/2-inch drive sockets. I'm taking my 2-foot 1/2-inch drive, and I'm taking my electric ratchet. I'm also probably going to looking for tools that belong to him.
Who is that?
It's YouTube. I got a few sockets in here. I'm gonna take a couple of deals of my sockets too. I just forgot to grab them out of the toolbox right now.
You still on?
Yeah.
Do you have kids? If you do, you don't have all your tools.
This man loses tools and then he's like, hey, I think this was mine. What am I gonna take? I think I'm gonna take just my short sockets, because that's about the best set I have. No, I guess I'll take. Dang, see, this is where I get in trouble, because I don't even know what to take. I'm gonna take my short metric and my deep standard, because I have short standards in my little air ratchet box, and I prefer deep sockets anyway. that's what I got. That's the toolkit I'm gonna take on the road. I've also got a couple more projects I kind of want to work on before I get going. I didn't expect to be done with the ones I'm working on very fast, as fast as I did, but I did get done with them quick. So got a couple more things I want to mess with. One thing that I want to mess with is trying to get this bag to shut. Put too much stuff in here to weigh 9,000 pounds. Hey, got it. See how much it weighs. Oh, it's not that bad. It's maybe 25, 30 pounds. This will just go under my seat. It's too big for the deal. And then this will also just stay under my seat or in my room, wherever I'm staying when I get there. A couple of the other projects that I want to work on. My heated and cooled seats have both quit working, and the front's the only thing that's got it. But heated and cooled have both stopped working. It's kind of a common thing on these Fords. Something with the plug where it goes. I don't know if you've worked on these much, but the blower motors on the what would be the Cat-Eye. They never made a Cat-Eye Suburban or Tahoe, but what would be the Cat-Eye years, so like 03, 04, 05, 06. Of these, the blower motors had a bad pigtail. They would get to where they get too hot and they would overheat and melt, and you'd have to cut the wires and replace that pigtail. And I'm assuming that's what the problem is with these two. It's probably something similar to that. So I'm also gonna mess with that at some point on this video, I think, maybe. We'll see. But I got my tool set kind of gathered up. Now I can close up my toolbox for good. I can get it closed up. I can get all of my stuff reorganized since I slammed this over onto here. Pretty cool. And that was just karma, literally, because I told my daughter about it. You can see where that compressor hit here. I bent that down and kicked this up. And I was telling her, like, you gotta watch out, you know, you messed my truck up. Luckily this didn't hit the side of the truck. It landed on the wheel well. But still, it was karma, because I kind of grabbed at her. She didn't mean to. So, gotta get all that stuff strapped in, ready to haul. And then we'll move on from there. Honk! Here we are, the notorious storage building. We got a bunch of stuff in here. You know, you see on like Storage Wars, people arguing about what's a good storage unit and what's not. This has a lot of useless crap in it, but I'd be willing to bet this is the best storage unit here. Brand new DeWalt 60-gallon compressor, turbo, slightly used, stall converter. There's about to be a fresh cam 6.0 short block in here. Set of 243 heads, mini bike, a bunch of tools, a refrigerator, a washing machine. There's a projector and the screen for it. And I called my brother to see if he could help me unload this stuff. He lives here, and they said yes, but I tried to call him again. Now he's not answering, and I don't want to buck him. So I guess we're about to see if me and Heaven can unload that motor in this toolbox, which isn't gonna be fun. He doesn't answer this time, we're just unloading it.
It's not looking real promising.
Hello.
Oh.
What you doing, Joe?
Oh, just got back in from basketball practice. Was on the phone. What's up?
Hell yeah. Well, I don't know if Kayla told you or not.
Yeah, said you need help unloading something.
Yeah.
Oh, you up at the storage building?
Yeah, we've been here for a little while.
Alright. Babe, I'll be right back.
Who were you on the phone with? So I know who to choke out.
Jeff.
Okay, tell him he got one coming. So I told Kayla we got a toolbox to unload, which is heavy. It's not as heavy because I took some tools out of it. I didn't mention the motor. So that's just gonna be a surprise. My wallet's
In my hand.
okay. Yeah, you can put that in the truck.
Okay.
I don't want anybody stealing my 12 bucks. That's cool. Where'd that come from? That turbo? Feel it? Got a little play.
Well,
got a little plate.
That's good for at least 8 pounds.
Oh, it's good for more than that.
8 pounds, 800 miles. Or 6 pounds, 1,000 miles.
20 pounds for 4 passes.
Get some help.
You can pick that up.
I got old man back.
He's older than you.
What?
You didn't get it off the tailgate.
Hercules.
Oh, Hercules, Hercules.
All right, ladybugs, we got our tool set fixed up. We got the Tahoe good. We got the AC working in this. Now we're gonna move on to the next problem. Sorry about the sun. It's pretty unforgiving this morning. However, we're working on my 2016 F-150 Lariat again. We're trying to figure out the heated and cooled seats. So I just tapped in on Google the heated seat module, and this came up, this seat heater control module. You can see the picture of it right there, which means we're dealing with this right here. I would say that's our problem. It's no good. I'm gonna order the pigtail, and I guess we'll go from there. So a little bit anticlimactic as far as figuring out that problem, but I've never even put eyes on it. So that's good to know that that's what that is. I'm gonna get this stuff cleaned up, and just we'll finish out this video. There you go. A little bit different style video. I just wanted to kind of get everything set out of what the channel is going to look like over the next little while. I really hope that y'all can stick around. I hope that that works for you guys. If it doesn't, I guess, I mean, I fully understand. I like to watch what I like to watch on YouTube. Hopefully I'm what y'all like to watch. Thanks for watching, and I guess we'll see you on the next one, wherever the future takes us.